We've missed a lot these past few months with new changes to movies, podcast drama, and so much more. This is The Blurb.
Welcome back. Long time no see. Lots happened over here over the summer that we've been super excited to talk about. So before we get into it, we wanted to properly introduce ourselves. Here's a quick video of our entire cast, both virtual and in person, to give you a quick rundown of who we are and all the things we're excited to share with you this semester.
Hi, I'm Ryan Polisena, and my major is communication with a concentration in media and society and a minor in digital media production.
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Webster. I am a senior fashion merchandising major here at Kent State University. This is my 4th year on the Blurb, and I'm so excited for another great semester talking all things fashion, beauty, and Harry Styles.
Hey guys, my name is Shane Troiano and I've been on the Blurb for 1 year, and I'm super excited for this semester because this semester I am a host on the Blurb and I cannot wait to distinguish the geeks from the gleeks this semester.
Hi guys, my name is Gabby Jonas. I'm a sophomore this year, majoring in journalism, and I'm new to the Blurb but very excited about joining. I love to shop, I'm addicted to dark chocolate Oreos, and I love Minecraft.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm a reporter for The Blurb, and I'm so excited because this is my first time ever being on The Blurb, and I love reality TV, so I can't wait to spill the reality with you all.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm a producer for The Blurb. I have been a part of the show since I was a freshman. I'm really excited to see how the semester will go. I'm a junior digital media production major with a minor in entrepreneurship. I love all things thrifting and the Great British Baking Show.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a senior digital media production student. I've been on The Blurb for 4 years and I've been producing it for 3, and I'm excited to see what our cast creates this semester.
Another thing that you missed about me, I wear the same outfit. So with that, we have so much to get into. So first, let's talk about Zac Efron's girlfriend.
Hot and hunky Zac Efron is off the market once again. Efron announced his relationship with Vanessa Vallardes. The two met in the most daydream way possible, with Vanessa waitressing at a cafe in Australia. Since then, the aspiring model quit her job and is now staying with Zac at his home. All right, and TikTok star Addison Rae has been cast in the She's All That reboot. The new film will be titled He's All That, with the original story flipped. Addison will embody the Freddie Prinze Jr. role seen in the original. Working alongside Addison, the original creators will return, and the original production company as well. So everyone. Oh, Captain America will never be viewed again in the same light. Actor Chris Evans accidentally leaked one of his nude photos this past weekend. Fans are freaking, but most are surprisingly okay with the mishap. Evans accidentally leaked it after sharing a video of his family playing a game from his camera roll. Fan reactions are becoming more divided, with some saying if the roles were reversed, Evans would be getting more hate than he is. He finally addressed this embarrassing mistake, using the publicity as an opportunity to encourage people to vote on November 3rd. Well, that's one way to get our attention.
Yes, and cancel Netflix has been trending lately, but not for the reason you might think. Fans have jumped to social media to critique Netflix's decision in airing its new movie, Cuties. In the film, it's been hinted at that it appears like the creators are fetishized young children. So the movie follows an 11-year-old girl who is being sexualized by society, and Cuties includes a lot of uncomfortable images to provoke conversation about the sexualization of young girls. So big yikes to that, Netflix. But in some good news, singer Justin Bieber has announced that he will be dropping new music very soon. Bieber took to his Instagram to show fans a new images of possible album covers or music video images. So he captioned the photo 2020 in white against a black starry sky. So we will keep you updated on the Blurb, on his release date, and the music as soon as we know more.
All right, a big story. Ellen DeGeneres has been receiving lots of backlash for months now about her mistreatment of cast and crew on her show. She hasn't said much about the allegations until recently. She stated that she will address the accusations when her show starts up again on September 21st. And many crew members, cast members have come about, making it quite honestly hard not to believe there's more to the story. If only she followed her own motto, be kind to one another. And keeping up with the Kardashians, last week, breaking news was reported after 14 years and 20 seasons, the Kardashians, their reign has come to an end. Kim Kardashian announced last Tuesday that the show will indeed come to an end after its last season airing in 2021. The show's end was a mutual decision with the family and not for any big reason. The Kardashians stated that they want to focus on their families and future projects to come.
Well, I am super sad about that, but something I'm not sad about, last Friday, the iconic classic Mulan was released to Disney's streaming platform. Disney Plus already bought it, amazing. Although the live action film was long awaited and much anticipated, it did suffer a few detriments in its opening week. Despite the film thanking over a dozen different organizations that helped in the production of the film, there was a dark side to many of them that multiple fans were quick to point out. 4 of these organizations in particular were Chinese Communist Party propaganda department. Hashtags like Boycott Mulan have also come to light after actress Yafai Liu stated her endorsement for the Hong Kong police on Twitter while police brutality was coming to light in Hong Kong. And the new production of Batman has been halted due to Robert Pattinson contracting COVID. Production stopped just a few days after the team finally got back to work. So the film already had to push back the release date of the film, but fans wonder how much longer they'll have to wait to see Pattinson in the role. So we will keep you updated when filming hopefully begins again.
Liam Payne has put us all in a bit of pain recently when he confirmed his engagement with model Maya Henry. The 27-year-old singer said the two are very happy together. They have been dating for 2 years now. Liam popped the question with a $5 million ring. Congratulations to the happy couple. And Tyler Perry joined the elite club of billionaires in Hollywood. Many know that Perry came from poverty. He was even homeless before he made a name for himself. But between 22 feature films, 24 stage plays, and over 1,200 television episodes, Perry has truly changed his life. Congratulations to him and his hard work.
The Bachelorette's new season will be returning, but with a new Bachelorette. That's right, Claire Crawley was set to be the Bachelorette back in February, but production for her season was halted due to COVID. During quarantine, the creators decided to replace Claire with fan favorite Tasia Adams. The switch has to deal with Claire actually finding love. As it turns out, Claire fell in love with one of the contestants while they were starting to film and then chose him before finishing the show. Congrats to both Claire and Tasia. We can't wait for a great season.
Now be sure to stay tuned because when we come back, our reporter Gabby is giving you a rundown of all the Call Her Daddy podcast drama.
Can we get strawberries?
Okay.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I mean,
Right?
like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, yeah, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Welcome back. After following all the drama, our reporter Gabby gives the full rundown of all the drama surrounding the Call Her Daddy podcast. Check it out.
What's up, you guys? Back at it again with another episode of Mother Freaking Call Her Daddy, with our founding father, Gabby Jonas, with this episode of The Blurb. The popular podcast Call Her Daddy, bought by Barstool Sports, was run by two New York City girls, Alexandra Cooper and Sophia Franklin. The podcast was a girl gang dynamic between the iconic friends, talking about their love life, hookups, advice, and drama with a comedic twist. The two friends started out with their podcast prior to being bought by the company Barstool. However, being bought by the company has made them gain more publicity with a larger following called the Daddy Gang. Though the two seem to have a great relationship on their podcast, behind the scenes was another story. For months, fans knew something was up when the two started posting episodes with strange titles. One episode in particular, Final Episode Begun, ended with the song Praying by Kesha. The hostess said fans could interpret that however they wanted. Then on May 17th, all tea was spilled. All the drama was related to contract negotiations. The drama over the contract dispute had to deal with Sophia's boyfriend Peter Nelson, 38-year-old HBO sport exec. However, fans know the man as Suitman, as described in past podcasts. Founder of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, says Nelson was the one shopping around the podcast, while the girl still had a contract with Barstool. Needless to say, the man was the reason the best friends split. Or maybe not. Dave Portnoy said in an episode by himself on Call Her Daddy that the podcast was being secretly shopped. He offered Cooper and Franklin a $500,000 annual salary, bonuses, and 6 months off of their initial 3-year contract, so they'd be free to take their talents elsewhere sooner. Alice Cooper said to have accepted, but said Franklin would never agree because of her boyfriend. Sophia claims that Cooper went behind her back to talk with Portnoy. Franklin claims that Cooper is seeking more than 50-50 control of the podcast, and that she won't accept that because they've always been a partnership of the podcast Call Her Daddy. As they continued to negotiate, Cooper felt she and her so-called now ex-friend were never on the same page, that Franklin kept asking for more money and would never be satisfied. In the end, Cooper called Dave Portnoy and said that she would stay with Barstool Sports. She now hosts Call Her Daddy solo while inviting fans to air on the show while telling their own stories, most recently hosting Miley Cyrus. That's all I have for you today on this episode of The Blurb.
Thank you, Gabby. So when we come back, we're spilling all the tea on former Bachelor star Colton Underwood and the recent stalking charges he's been charged with. What? You're gonna want to stick around. I promise, girls.
Page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I was living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Colton's season of The Bachelor, right? I mean, he hopped the fence, so the season is pretty unforgettable. Speaking of unforgettable, however, former Bachelor contestant and winner Cassie Randolph has recently charged Colton with a restraining order. Now, there's a couple of points I want to address here, so let's get started. Cassie filed a restraining order against Colton after their breakup in May, so it's been about 3 months, and she's accusing him of trying to monetize their breakup by writing an extra chapter in his book without her permission.
Yeah, so currently in that chapter he goes into all the details of him quarantining as he recovered from COVID at Cassie's parents' home. That's his life too though, so I'm not sure why he needs permission.
But Cassie claimed that Colton has been stalking her and harassing her with text messages and claims he put a tracking device on her car. I would like proof, but
I need the receipts, I need to know, I don't know. But
I need the text message screenshot.
Exactly. She also is claiming that he has been showing up to her apartment complex uninvited and even her parents' house in Huntington Beach, which is quite a drive for that. She goes on to claim that some of the text messages actually included him accusing her of hanging out with her ex-boyfriend and even sending anonymous messages pretending to be a victim of an anonymous stalker.
That's so
What
weird.
does that even mean?
She did admit that he admitted to putting the tracking device and sending the text messages, which is confusing because you would think that would be a bigger deal.
You would think, but then also just hearing Cassie say that he admitted it doesn't really tell us anything. We need to hear Colton admit it if it is true.
Yes.
So I guess after all these allegations, Colton was so shocked, and an insider is saying that he's actually been in Colorado this whole time, and this all came as such a surprise to him. The insider claimed that Cassie never loved Colton as much as he loved her, and she broke up with him as soon as he was done quarantining at her parents' house. So it's a little awkward.
I feel like I can kind of see that. Like, I saw that during the show.
I mean, he
it
did hop a
concerned me.
fence.
Yeah.
She tried to leave, and he hopped a fence. Like,
yeah.
buddy, she's not that into you.
Yeah. So I feel like she can be a little dramatic. It's hard to know what to believe when there's no proof of anything, but...
Yes, because it's all just kind of like he said, she said right now.
Yeah,
But
the insider claimed that it was Cassie's idea for Colton to post on Instagram that they were still staying friends after the breakup because she was nervous to lose her fan base.
Which that does sound about like a Bachelor contestant to me.
Yeah.
The insider said that Cassie was actually in touch with her ex while Colton and her were still together. So this ex she actually met on another reality show that she did back in 2016 prior to filming The Bachelor. And now they are saying that she's seeing him again after the breakup. So this show I do want to talk about. It's kind of interesting. It follows a bunch of Southern California college students going to a very evangelical school where drugs and alcohol are like strictly prohibited and abstinence is taught as like the only form of safe sex, even though it's not really. And it's just very interesting. It's a big 180, I think, to go from that to go to
but Colton
The Bachelor.
His big thing was that he was a virgin.
So it does make sense, but also I just don't see how you go from wanting to be on that show to being on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
It was interesting,
I would agree.
for sure.
I don't know what to think about this whole situation, but I hope that we can see like some evidence. I think the judge did told him to stay away or whatever, but I want to hear like from him. I
want to hear what's going on, and also too, I'm curious to know because he was spotted going out with Lucy Hale, which was interesting.
Yeah.
So she's kind of an A-lister.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a little bit of an upgrade. But I'm curious to see if she'll still stick around after all of these allegations have come out.
The fact that Cassie was still in touch with her ex-boyfriend, if that's true, I feel like that's a big red flag for me at least.
It's a little shady, but do you know what I think is a bigger red flag is meeting on a reality show.
Yeah.
So who knows? They're all disasters really in Bachelorland, but
you never know.
Well, don't go anywhere because when we come back, we've got all the news on up-and-coming movies, so stay tuned.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Okay, and welcome back. So a lot has happened movie-wise in the past week, especially to do with COVID and all of that, so we thought we would break down a few of our favorite stories, including, of course, the new Harry Styles movie. So first though, before we get into that, I do want to start with Batman because you know how I feel about Rob Pat. So a new, darker, grittier reboot starring our man Rob Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz will be in it as Catwoman. Scheduled to be released October 1st, but don't get too excited, it is 2021, unfortunately.
Yes, and production was halted in March due to COVID. It began early this month, but was put to a stop when Robert Pattinson contracted the virus. He is recovering well, though, so we're good.
Glad to hear that, of course.
And the trailer was released and everything. They have like a lot of teasers. It'll be like nice and dark, a stark difference from some of the reboots, not from, you know, the most recent. But,
right.
You know.
And you know, I was actually so surprised to see, and this is silly, but Rob Pat with the dark black hair. I mean, I know of course that is like Batman's like thing, but it was kind of interesting to see Rob like that because he's always the beautiful blonde locks. So it was a little bit of a change up, but I guess obviously he is Batman now, so.
I don't know, I think this will be a good opportunity for him to kind of separate himself from the Twilight era and have a nice A-list movie come out, you know?
Right, yeah, because he's done some things since Twilight, but I don't think any of them have been on this level and this scale that this Batman movie is clearly going to be on, because Batman's just, every time they do it, it's huge. So I think this will be good for him. This will be really interesting.
Recognition he deserves, you know?
He deserves all the recognition in the world. Ugh.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Amazing.
Well, all right.
Okay, and moving on to another man that we love, Harry Styles. So director Olivia Wilde recently directed last summer's hit Booksmart and is now going to be directing another movie. This one is a psychological thriller centering on an unhappy housewife in the 1950s. So Harry Styles is confirmed to star as the husband alongside Florence Pugh from Little Women, and Dakota Johnson from 50 Shades, Chris Pine, of course, from Star Trek and Wonder Woman. So really just an all-around gorgeous cast of people. Oh my gosh, my eyes are ready for it. Star-studded,
Olivia Wilde did an
beautiful.
awesome job with Booksmart. I'm excited for this movie. We don't know much about it. All we know is that Harry Styles replaced Shia LaBeouf, who was actually having a comeback lately, so maybe he just didn't like this one for himself.
But you know what? We are so glad he did, because it has been a hot minute since all we've seen Harry in is Dunkirk, and of course, you know, his debut in iCarly, but I don't know that we can really count that. So I'm excited to see Harry in something again, and I think this is going to be a nice change, because Dunkirk, you know, was like that dark war movie type of situation, which phenomenal, by the way. I don't even like war movies, but I would recommend. But this is going to be very different.
It'll be a larger role. It's a starring
That too,
role.
a starring role.
I know,
what
I'm
he
really
deserves.
I love Harry. I think he's so multi-talented. I
really
hope
is.
he does well in this, because otherwise we're going to look silly.
You hope, of course he will. We
no matter
know.
what.
We know he will do phenomenal. We will stand no matter what, but he's going to do a great job, I'm sure of it. He can sing, he can act, he can dress, he can do it all. There's nothing the man can do wrong.
It's true. We could talk about Harry all day. We could.
We really could, but we won't bore you like that.
All right, and our next film coming out is based on the hit Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen, which won 6 Tony Awards, and it's being adapted for screen by Mark Platt, who is the father of the original lead, Ben Platt, on Broadway, and he's going to reprise his role in this film, which is very exciting because we weren't sure he was going to be able to do so because he's getting a little bit old to play a teenager, but he's doing it. It's going to be directed by The Perks of Being a Wallflower director and creator, Mark Spassky. And I don't know, I'm really excited. I think it'll be a good coming-of-age tale because, you know, Perks was a great coming-of-age tale, so the creators behind that in this movie will be really awesome.
And of course, because it's already been such a big hit on Broadway, so we know it's great.
Yeah, it'll be
the plot
awesome.
and everything. So
yeah, and there's a lot of other stars on, you know.
I actually do not. Tell me about them.
Yeah, or I'll tell you. Amy
else is in
Adams
it?
is set to star Caitlin Deaver, who was also in Booksmart, written, you know,
Okay.
directed by Olivia. They're all coming together.
It's all
Olivia
coming
Wilde. And Amanda Stenberg, who is in Hunger Games.
Of course, we love her.
And the glorious Amy Adams, who is just multi-talented. She's in everything. We love her. Julianne Moore, who is also in everything. We love her. I don't know. I heard that Amy Adams is gonna be the mother. I don't know. There's gonna be so many things.
For sure.
I'm so excited. Caitlin Deaver's the love interest, so it'll be Caitlin and Ben Platt, and it'll be just glorious. Hopefully it's going to begin soon. We haven't heard a whole lot about when they're starting production.
With COVID and everything, it's kind of
with
up in
COVID,
the air,
COVID ruins lots of things, but we're going to keep going. It's all right. Yeah, and so we're very excited for that one.
And now this next one I'm very excited about. Netflix recently acquired a film for $30 million, and it is going to be starring Zendaya. She actually, you were telling me, got bored in quarantine and said, I'm gonna write a script. So she contacted Euphoria's creator, Sam Levinson, to write and direct a movie all during quarantine.
Yes.
So she's going to star alongside John David Washington, and they are both executive producers on the film together. So
yeah, and it was shot, it was done, everything was done between June 17th and July 2nd during quarantine, during, COVID.
Incredible.
Yeah, and we were reading, and it was done with all of the production safety protocols, so they followed the books, they did everything they were supposed to do, supposedly. Hopefully.
Hopefully they did.
So I guess it's supposed to be a romantic drama, and it stars around a filmmaker who's played by Washington and his girlfriend, who is Zendaya. And they return home following a celebratory movie premiere as he awaits what's sure to be imminent critical and financial success. So I don't know exactly, that's the, vague, that's the vague plot that we have.
Okay, so a little bit of a romance, just in time for cupping season.
Yes, the black and white stills came out, of the two, and they look stunning. And so I'm sure it's going to be a drama, and it's going to, I have a feeling we're all gonna be loving it and crying, and I don't know, I have a feeling. Euphoria's creator and writer, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. And John David Washington's been up to a lot lately too. He's in the new movie Tenant, and he's doing lots, and so I'm sure it will be good, even with the age difference. There's quite an age difference between those two.
There is.
He's in his mid-30s, and Daya's in her 20s.
She's
but
like 21, isn't she?
Yeah, she's 24. I just looked it up. But
so
she's getting a little better, but
24, she's grown.
We're really
fine.
excited for Malcolm and Reed.
Yes, we are. And that is all that we have for today, but be sure to tune in again next week.
And follow us at TV2 The Blurb on Instagram and Twitter to stay up to date on all the drama we post about each week.
Stay safe, everybody.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.